Hello, what's going on? This is Evan Mumford here with Between Two Kegs. I am proud to present Vancouver Island Brewery and their pod packs. As I said, my name is Evan, and I'm here with, you say your name's Danny.
Danny, yeah.
Anyway, Bradley, thank you for being here with me between two kegs.
Glad to be here.
Look at your camera. Wow. Wow. Can you imagine that face next to you in bed? Danny, what do you do for Vancouver Island Brewery?
I'm the production manager, and I run all the recipe development.
That's great. Look at the camera, please. What's going on with these pod packs?
Well, it's a collaboration pack that we did with 4 other breweries from the island in support of the Pacific Salmon Foundation to help the whales.
To help the whales. What whales in particular are we speaking of?
The resident orca population.
The killer whales.
Yes.
That's right. And they need the salmon because it's 80% of their diet. So we're going to get into the first beer here. The first beer is brought to you by Whistleboy, one of my favorite breweries around town.
Yeah, they're great guys. Good local dudes.
Good local dudes. Man, if I was a brewer and someone reviewed me like that, I would quit my job. So we're going to start with Whistleboy. They've got Rosé Pale Ale.
Yeah, very exciting.
Very exciting. It's named Mike.
Yes.
What's that named after?
Apparently a whale.
Kind of a weird name for a whale.
A little odd. Whistleboy, the brewers there definitely jumped at that name when they had the option.
As cool dudes they may be, not great at naming whales. Should we get into it?
Yeah, it's already poured.
Cheers.
A little while ago. It's pretty good.
Wow. That is wild. That's delicious. That kind of took it for a spin.
Very Mike-ish.
It tastes like a Michael, almost.
A little formal, but yeah.
A little formal. That's almost rosé. It's like a wine, isn't it?
Yeah, that was kind of the riff from the guys at Whistleboy. Wanted to do something that was very dry and pink.
I'd say there's some floral notes there, wouldn't you, Danny?
Yeah, so to get the pink, we added hibiscus flowers.
I have a note here from my marketing team, Chelsea. It's like finding yourself enjoying this crisp and refreshing brew under the hot summer sun.
Yeah.
We're in a forest and it's kind of cold. All right, so what beer do we have next, Danny?
We have the Saison.
We've got the Saison, which is from the Ace Brewing in Comox.
Yeah.
Have you been there?
I have been.
I have not. Let's check it out.
Yeah.
Cheers. Add an explosion to that in post. Oh my God.
So,
Why are these beers so good?
it's a little different, but it's great. Turned out amazing.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not like a beer guy. I'm more like marshmallows.
I couldn't tell.
I honestly like marshmallows and like Jack Daniels.
Then sitting in forests.
Cinnamon Forest. But that beer is amazing. That's from Ace Brewing in Comox. What would you say that tastes like?
Well, it's got rosemary in it.
Yes.
Which was a bit of a surprising ingredient. And then the guys at Ace were kind enough to brew a plum beer before we did the collaboration, and got to give us some really good pointers on how much we needed to use and how to use it.
It's great. I really, this is actually my one of the better beers I've ever had. I'll be honest with you. That plum note does hit really well. And you can find this in the pod pack, available to you from Vancouver Island Brewery. Good work. Cheers.
Cheers.
And the pod packs, though these are different breweries you're collaborating with, these are brewed by Vancouver Island.
Yeah, they're all made at our facility.
Which is fascinating to know, and you guys are located right down on Government Street.
Yes.
Very good to know. I've been very impressed thus far. Now, the next beer we're going into is the Mayne Island Brewery.
Which is
Where's
quite
Mayne
exciting.
Island?
It's one of the southern Gulf Islands.
Look at the camera, please.
Southern Gulf Islands.
Southern Gulf Islands. I've never been there. Have you?
No, I haven't.
Danny's never been there. You think he would? As a production manager at Vancouver Island Brewery.
COVID made it difficult.
Excuses, I did a lot during COVID. I lost 10 pounds. Anyway, Danny, so Mayne Island Brewery, this is the Goza.
Yeah.
And this is the Tahlequah.
Tahlequah?
Tahlequah. This is the whale that is named after Pacific Goza. What would you say about this beer before we take a sip?
It was definitely one of the more intriguing beers of the pack. The folks at Mayne Island wanted to use kelp in a beer, which I had never done before.
Which typically a Goza does include, it's a salty beer, is it not?
Yeah.
Right.
But seaweed free, traditionally.
So, let's take a sip. Okay. I'm going to say something right away. Mayne Island, Vancouver Island, you've done it. I'm from Nova Scotia, if you don't know that. That kelp does come through, which may not be for everyone, but my God, that brings me back home.
Yeah,
I grew up with that seaweed. Dulse was a big part of our diet back home.
Yep.
And beers to include that is rare. Have you had kelp in beer before?
1 or 2 in BC, and that's about it. And this would be bull kelp. This is what we would be using out here. So yeah.
What do you feel about? How do you feel about the beer otherwise?
It was pretty interesting. We did not have to add as much salt as we would normally have to for that style of beer. The kelp is pretty salty. Definitely reminds you of the ocean. And then we added lemon peel to kind of round out the citrus end of the beer, which would normally be coriander.
That was great. I enjoyed that beer.
Glad to hear.
It's really great to be here with you, Danny.
It's been fun.
How's your life been going lately during COVID?
Great, busy with
That's
work.
Cool, man. So we're looking at the next beer on the pod pack.
Yeah, the last one.
It's from Ucluelet Brewery Co.
Yeah.
Have you been out there?
No, I haven't.
He's not a well-traveled man, but he's a decent-looking man. Wave Walker.
Hellesbach.
Thank you. I couldn't say the last 2 words.
Yeah.
The Wave Walker is, of course, the whale,
Yes.
which it is named after. This beer is actually designed for beer lovers.
Yeah, it's a nerd beer for sure.
Inviting warm bread notes. I've heard that from Denny's.
I think that came from the marketing department, but yeah.
Okay, that's fine. This is actually from Yuki, and this is where they do the 10% of the sales does go to the Pacific Salmon Foundation as well. So they're going one step further.
Yeah,
This.
great partners.
Great partners. One point about the Wave Walker, it is the only living member of his family, the whale, within the L pod. So are you familiar with the pods with the whales?
L pod and J pod?
Sure, yeah, exactly. You are familiar.
A bit.
Very nice. So, Danny, let's give it a shot with this beer.
Yeah, let's do.
Now, I'm not a smart person. I'll say that first and foremost. But those warm bread notes are hitting me.
They're there.
That's it's a very comforting drink.
It's a strong drink.
It's the highest alcohol per volume drink we have. It's 6.8%.
Yeah, it hides it well.
It does hide it well. What else would you say about this drink?
It's the only like classic style that we did. The guys from Yuki, right out of the gate, desperately wanted to do a Hellesbach.
Yep.
It's, those traditional styles are not easy to sell on their own. They're great in a mixed pack because I don't think people understand how awesome they are, and they're not willing to buy them on their own.
So traditional style meaning it's not as flashy as maybe the Gose or maybe the plum notes and stuff.
It doesn't have hibiscus in it.
It doesn't have hibiscus, but what it has is heart.
It does.
So one thing I'd like to highlight here is these pod packs. It has all 4 of these beers that we just went over. And I'll be honest with you, as a non-beer drinker, I would pick up this 4-pack. And they are available. They're around.
Absolutely.
They're out now in all liquor stores in BC.
And if they're not there, you can ask for them.
Please ask for them if they don't have them. They're coming to Alberta soon, if not already. People know me that are watching this. Evan Mumford doesn't drink beer. He's like a cool guy who drinks whiskey and like goes to the gym and stuff. But I'm really enjoying these beers. And I really do think the Pacific Salmon Foundation is important because it is 80% of the whale's diet. And if they don't have salmon, they're eating, Big Macs? They weigh 14,000 pounds. They could stand to lose a couple pounds, probably.
They got to eat something.
But the salmon is important, Danny. It's not a funny matter. Please don't let it. Why are you making jokes, Danny? You're part of it's your job, so. I'm going to chug this beer after the shot's done. And I hope you guys all take care of yourselves.